Hello, hello. We're here once again with the GRLCS this time, or week. This time it's going to be week 5. We just saw all week 4 games. We're at the halfway mark, guys. We're halfway there, and here we are back at it again with the Vastaya conference. I'm Red Skull Dragon, alongside with my co-caster today. It's going to be Images here. So we have some pretty exciting games for us today. So yeah, let's just go ahead and jump right into the first game we have is going to be Lean Smokers versus Get Money Boys, and then the second one is going to be Rivals versus Spawn Point. But let's go ahead and introduce these first teams. You want to do that for us, Images?
Yeah, we got Lean Smokers on the blue side, and we're gonna have Get Money Boys on the red side for this game. Now, the next game it'll be Rivals on the blue side and Spawn Point on the red side. But let's get into this game.
Yeah, let's just start it up. So let's start with introduction for the teams. So over onto the blue side, we have, like you said, it's the Lean Smokers. Kirko in the top lane playing the Orange, Smoke Lane in the jungle playing the Hecarim. Mid lane, we got Victor with DSL. And then for the bot lane, we got classic AD carry. Also, it's Timbits playing Jinx and Thresh, respectively.
And on the side of Get Money Boys, we got Emery's going top with Camille. We got Lord Zoten going Zac in the jungle. We got Cold Flow spitting with Cassiopeia mid. And we got Marco Flavo bot lane with Zaya and El Big Daddy 28 with Pike as support.
And these are some pretty, these are pretty typical what you would think you'll see in the game. Camille's pretty strong right now, I think, especially with her Ignite TP build, but Flash is still pretty good overall. Looking over into the jungle, Lord Zone. Look, we haven't seen too much Zac, I would say, this season, but nonetheless pretty good. We'll have to see how much it will fare against Smoke Lane's Hecarim. And what do you think about this mid lane matchup as well?
Yeah, with the Victor and Cassiopeia mid, Victor's always just very annoying in the mid lane just because of his bubble. But Cassiopeia, her Q does great damage, and once she hits 6, she just kind of freezes you there and tries to unload as much damage as she can on you. So it's kind of like landing a stun, but then Victor's ult chases, and it's just going back and forth. And I think if as long as you're Victor and you just land some of your abilities more than the Cassiopeia, I think you'll be fine. You just can't be getting caught out by getting pushed up too far and then getting ganked on it because you will get slowed.
Yeah, it will be something that DSL will need to watch out for. I wonder if he is going to be going for more of this, of the newer build where he builds Everfrost. It's more of a niche thing, I would think, but I'm personally a fan of seeing a lot more Everfrosts in the game. Just because, I mean, I was a non-believer at first, and then they started nerfing all the other AP items except for Everfrost. And now Everfrost's not a bad item. It has a pretty good stats, and then also having an extra AP ratio ability, so you can just keep them locked down in your bubble. Pretty nice, honestly.
We get a pull down in the bot lane and the ignite goes out. A Big Daddy might be in trouble, but gets off with the skin of his teeth.
Yeah, he will be able to stay alive there thanks to his Pike passes as well, which was buffed like, I want to say 2 or 3 patches ago. Mid lane Pike got nerfed because how much healing you receive when you're by yourself, but it got a pretty substantial buff whenever you're with someone else or against 2 people rather than just 1. So helping out his lane sustain quite a bit here.
Yeah, and I mean Jinx right now has just been very pesky in the scene, especially during in solo queue and kind of going around that in rank. Once Jinx kind of gets started up, it's kind of hard to let her like 80 carry stop if she gets the right amount of kills into her.
Yeah, it will be quite the difficulty in order to try to make that happen, but for now, we'll just have to see if we'll see any of that snowballing like you're talking about there into these later parts of the game. But for now, we're just going to be chilling out here about a minute and a half until the dragon spawns up here, so just the Infernal Drake. Going to see if either jungler is going to be prioritizing that in the earlier stages of the game, or at least trying to make some ganks happen so then they have some pretty good priority for it.
In this mid lane, I mean, they've been going at it back and forth, back and forth. The only thing is, Coldflow doesn't have Crystalline Flask, so he hasn't been able to kind of heal up with his pots and get his mana back that way. But having the tier is the strong start to where we'll be able to build it out later on into a staff.
Yeah, having the tier start means that you don't have any combat stats in this early laning phase, which is pretty feels bad, honestly. But nonetheless, it will help out a little bit here for a gank. Oh, no, nothing happening. Sorry, I forgot. I'm not play-by-play caster. You are for this one. Kind of instincts kicking in.
Oh, it's all good, all good. But I mean, that was exciting. They were all rushing. Three people about to just dive in on it. Oh, and is the big boy just slapping it against Emery right now and just going back and forth. Just the normal top stuff.
Yeah, just some wet noodle fighting. Well, not really wet noodle if it's a Camille involved, seeing how the Scissor Legs does quite a bit of damage there. Nonetheless, it is looking for an engage here.
Oh, and here comes the lantern in with smoke gleam flying. Oh, an 80 carry hits a minion and does not get the slow off.
Unfortunately, slow does not land over for El Big Daddy, so Smuggling did not pursue into that chase any further. El Big Daddy still very healthy here. He only used one pot so far, so he's looking pretty good in this lane, considering how much trading they're going out here, while Timbit's already...
And the grab. Ulan has to flash out to make it sure that makes it out.
Are having to use up the flash here, but Smokeling still looking for another gank.
Oh, and here he comes flying in right into Marco Flavo. 80 carry sends it out, and Marco Flavo flashes out of it. But, and just like that, tries to get it again and not able to make it happen. This might be a little frustrating on the side of Elite Smokers with it, but Emery's might be in trouble up here. With Kiriko coming out with that big boy damage, here comes the Horn, flies it in, and the flash comes out. Oh, but we got Lord Zoltan coming in from behind. Gonna grab one, grabs the other, man, slams them together. Here comes Camille with the big kicks. Oh, and Kiriko blows him up. But I don't think Kiriko's gonna be able to make it out against the Zach right now. But, oh, with the dash. Uh-oh. Is Lord Zoltan gonna do this?
Oh,
Unfortunate, and Lord Zoltan pulls away.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like it's not going to be a kill over for over to the side of the Get Money boys. And in return, Kirko just doing so much damage, or deceptively does so much damage in this game. Just surprised whenever he gets that passive off, while looking for an early trick here over for the Lane Smokers, really riding this momentum that one Kirko able to pull up Dragon or the jungler pressure up there, and now they're looking to make something else happen on the other side of that too.
And just like that, Dragon's off to their side. And what an exciting match. I mean, with that Kirko, it just blew up Camille right there. Like, he still had a good little chunk of health, and you just don't think he does that much. And next thing you know, there you go, you're seeing gray screen.
Yeah. It's pretty unfortunate because those Bellow Revs alongside Orin ulti just does so much damage. He already has the Bombi Cinder, so he's already doing a lot of damage as well anyways. So we'll just have to see how that turns on out there. Do that. And I'm going to try something different for this week. We're going to try to be doing some predictions for Drakes. We saw if you were here last split, you might have seen me trying to do a lot of these predictions.
Here comes the TP up top. Emery dives in, slaps the ult, keeps him in place, and Kirko is going to be in trouble with Cold Flow actually keeping up top.
He's going to be keeping up top. Now bot lane for a fight.
Bot lane going back at it, and El Big Daddy tries to land a stun, flashes for it, misses, tries to get away with W, and Marco Flavo just strafing it out, but 80 carry wants to kill, and here comes Victor from the mid lane to pick it up, and the TP flying in from Emery. DSL picks up El Big Daddy. Marco Flavo in trouble here, trying to move around, but Emery's still here with him, putting out damage. Double kill for DSL, and Smoke Clean comes flying back in to push Lord Zoltan into the crew, and it pops the pass. And that will be the end of the trades.
Yeah, that's a 5-man bot lane now, seeing all these TP used. Camille's still down here trying to maybe salvage some of this, but he has to be careful. He gets hit by the hook, and now it's just a wombo combo. 80 carry takes the kill.
My God, so just like that, the rocket comes flying out from 80 carry, just able to pick up another kill, and it's a huge momentum for the side of Lane Smokers right now.
And huge momentum indeed. They're looking pretty good to this game here. Oh. Ooh, that was actually a really good ulti coming from Cold Flow. Able to pick up
and then the kill off, Cold Flow, about to pick up Smoke Lean 2, just chunking him, but hits level 6 just in time, then ults out.
Koflo does not play, even though that we had that big
Oh, here
fight.
comes El Big Daddy.
He has his ult ready too, but I don't think he'll be able to get it. Yeah, Coldflow out here. Still, even though he wasn't there for the bot lane engage, he didn't die. He managed to get quite a bit of farm over him, over his lane opponent. So he has quite a bit of money, quite a bit of power into him. Seeing how much damage he did to DSL, he's trying to grab some leads for himself. He's now 2-0 for his team, which might be the sort of carry they need for this laning phase, so that then they can still find a way back into this game here. Not necessarily saying that they're out, because gold leads are like dead even right now, like 300 difference. That's like a kills head for Smoke Lane.
Here comes the pull. Kirko comes dashing up. I think they're just gonna exchange it for a little bit of damage, and then that's kind of it. They hit the lane swap. Now Jinx is up there. Oh, Lord Zorton escapes it barely. Oh, and the hook barely misses by 10 bits.
Yeah, and we're seeing this rotation coming from the bot lane from Lean Smokers. They went and moved their bot lane up closer to the Rift Herald because that's the only other neutral objective on the board. And it just makes it easier for them to take the Herald. But Lord Zone already beat them to the punch, took the Herald himself. So they don't have to worry about that.
And right now, they're just trying to punish this Ornn from just having the range on him with this 2v1. But being big tanky boy Kirko is just taking it one hit at a time.
Yeah, I would be interested to see whenever Smokeling does choose to move on back.
Ooh, grabs the pull. Emery's might be in trouble, but hooks onto the wall and holds it for a second just to dodge the ult from 80 carry. But Smokeling says, "I'm not done." And here comes ult back, trying to get the kicks with the flash out, and then back in the bot lane, Kirko's able to pick up El Big Daddy under tower. And on that great exchange, just one kill to the side of Lean Smokers.
Yeah, is going to be picking up that one for themselves there. So they're doing a pretty good job at expanding their leads by quite a bit. It is opening up to about 1k gold lead. That's like a giant spelt's worth of stats, if you want to think about it like that. So it is going to be a little bit of a lead for them to really, enjoy. But for now, we'll have to see if Get Money Boys can find their way back into this game. They have the Rift Herald available. It is pre-14 minutes, so you are able to get kills worth of gold if the Rift Herald is able to get a charge off. So maybe we're looking to do that to create some pressure in some lane while the Dragon is going to be spawning up here. Cloud Drake is spawning up. I already made the predictions over for the Twitch predictions. You guys can look up whichever Drake it is actually going to be, but I think this adds a little bit more fun to it. Looks like gank in the mid lane.
Oh, and here he comes. DSL's in trouble. Gets the pull off too, and the bubble falls down. Kirko throws it up, and I think, yep, they're grabbing on the cold flow. Here comes the knockup. Here comes the ult out, and the ult misses for the big, quick pickup on cold flow. And here comes Herald. Oh no, they're still chasing. Kirko's still chasing on this. El Big Daddy pulls, hits the stun and the flay, and just escapes. Timbit's gonna just pick up a ward.
He's going to pick up the ward. Drake has spawned, and looks like it is going to be a Mountain Drake this game. And go ahead, choose the outcome, and it is the Mountain. Complete and complete. There we go. So yeah, it's going to have a Mountain Rift this game. For those who have been living under a rock and haven't played League of Legends in years, the Mountain Drake is one of the elemental drakes that Riot has included into the game here. It adds a little bit more pressure for people to want to try to take some of these drakes. Mountain specifically makes it so that you gain extra resistances for each drake you have, and once you get the Dragon Soul, which is 4 dragons, which means that you get the Mountain Soul. In this case is going to be the extra shielding on top of all the extra resistances you have. So extra having a little bit of more of a buffer zone is going to be quite nice for either side. For Lane Smokers, having that extra shield makes it so a little bit harder for El Big Daddy to burst you down using that Pike ulti. At the same time, over for the Get Money Boys, if they're able to get that Mountain Soul, that makes the Lord Zone and Everest just a little bit more tankier, so then they can really get into a lot of these fights and just be that super hard carry, alongside of Cold Flow, not to mention that he's not going to be like a hard carry either, but seeing an extra tanky Camille is not what you want to see.
And right now, DSL might be in trouble again. Cold Flow spitting. And here comes the bubble down. And the ult from DSL with the flash over ult for the stun, but backs off because he knows he's going too deep right now.
Yeah, he doesn't have a ward available, so he wasn't able to ward up that bush to see who's really hiding in behind there. Doesn't want to get too close and comfortable, think that this is his jungle now. He could always have a hiding Hecarim waiting to ult down Cold Flow since he already used his ulti as well.
And they're pushing down this mid lane right now just to see if they can pick it up. The towers are low on the side of Lean Smokers, both in the mid and bot lane.
Bot lane here, seeing the general lane state of the game. We're seeing that actually the gold lane is back in favor of Get Money Boys thanks to that Rift Herald. So they are sitting not too bad either. Coldflow has a lot of this gold under his belt if we want to go ahead and check out these gold advantages. Seeing for the top lane, we're at 200 in favor of Kuriko, 300 in favor of Lord Zone.
Here comes Smoke Lean down at bot. Marco Flavo pops ult early to try and get out, hits the flash, and even Smoke Lean was holding his ult. Oh, and Pyke was able to pull him off and then just jump out of there.
There was a good ulti coming out of Smoke Lean in order to try to get onto Marco Flavo, but Marco Flavo having the flash there to really secure that he gets the root down is going to be saving his life there. Really nicely done from both of you. Really well done in general. That's gold lanes. We're seeing about 700 in the mid lane, and then which is not too big, but is like an amplifying tone plus a pair of boots. And then for the bot lane, they're pretty much like dead even on either side, which is not too great considering that you have a Pyke over to the side to Get Money Boys. Since my Pyke is one of those money printing machines, if he can land some of these ultis, but he hasn't really had the opportunity to do so right now.
Yeah, you want Pyke just to get those nice little, you burn one down, and then here comes Pyke flying in with the ult, and it's always so satisfying playing Pyke, landing an ult on someone. Not being the one that landed on, but the one doing the landing, because that dunk comes flying in, and X marks the spot, and you're gone.
Yeah, X marks the spot indeed. Now we're looking over at the... Look over at the mid lane here. Sorry, I'm just a little bit tired, even though it's like 1 in the afternoon. Oh no.
Up the hook, it means it's in trouble. Lord Golden, the Ornhorn comes flying, and the flash out pops past it. Smokeling going up, trying to pick up Coldflow. Coldflow launches the ult to keep him off. Can she make it out? No, Coldflow cannot make it out. Double kill to 80 carry. And they're moving over to maybe set up for drag.
Yeah, they are looking for that drag. Like you said, it's spawning up here in about 10 more seconds, and right, Get Money Boys is a little bit on their back, but it's actually looking for maybe a dive here potentially.
Timbits is crazy, throws down the cage. Here comes Smokeling flying in with the ult. DSL picks up kill on Marco Flavo. Smokeling getting hit by the tower. Timbits getting picked up. El Big Daddy is chasing. Oh, and the hook comes down and is able to get him. And DSL throws the ult that way to try and play it off. And the tower takes down DSL. Unfortunate. Unfortunate
indeed, but here comes the rotates over to this dragon. They're really looking to expand a lot of their leads here, making sure they got a couple kills. They could be pushing for tower, but since tower is already low, they might as well. It's like, hey, let's go ahead take this dragon objective. I would be a little interested to see if maybe 80 carry moves over to the mid lane to see if they can do that one last push to the mid lane turret so they get a little bit more objective control, but nonetheless, secure dragon all the same. So, and they can always take down this mid tower a little bit later since how low it is as well.
I just, I want the side of Get Money Boys to wipe 80 carry, and then 80 carry spawns up, and then they're going for an OBJ, and then he just throws his ult, and then Jinx gets an execution on Baron or Drag. Just because it's so satisfying watching him execute off of it.
It is pretty exciting whenever we do see that. So for now, I think that he's just not having a great time on this Pyke. Also, interestingly, let's go ahead and talk about his rune choice. He went with the Hail of Blades, which is typically where you see Pyke mid goes, just because the extra attack speed makes it so you can win out a lot of your trades, because they can't escape you if you hit your hook. But in this case, for the bot lane, you were able to hit your hook, but Timbits also landed his hook, so it was just you two just standing awkwardly at each other.
And here comes Horn flying in, throws him back up, and he hooks him on, and El Big Daddy jumps out, but ran through by Smoke Lean, and he ults out just for the safety kill. And then here comes Harold, it hooks him up under tower. Coldflow's in trouble here, gets knocked up, and the Jinx Hawk comes flying. Emery's trying to kick Kirk on the face, and just so close, so low. 3 people low on the side of Lean Smokers, and they're just going to get away right now. Margot Flavo keeping the pressure up.
It's quite unfortunate that they weren't able to pick up those 2 kills there, barely, like on the tip of it, in order to pick up those kills. But unfortunately, I guess they aren't able to secure them, so they weren't able to really get anything out of it, other than just spotting Herald to take down the tower and then bring down that inner tower down pretty low. While on the opposite side, we had AD Carry, who was split pushing AD Carry. That's not what I don't typically like seeing that. I mean, but in this case, it works out fine. You're pretty huge as you are, and no one came to respond to you, able to take down that bot out or inner tower as well, leaving only the inhibitor towers left for the bot lane.
Lord Zoltan sees him, sees a little silhouette, and says, "Yeah, not today. I'm gonna go farm these wolves."
Yeah, doesn't want that smoke that Timbits could potentially have with his team that could be hiding alongside of him. But for now, well, let's see. Baron is up here, so both teams could be prioritizing getting some early vision onto there, just to make sure that either team is not necessarily sneaking a Baron in, making sure that they know exactly who's coming in around the area, especially since Dragon's not up until about 2 more minutes. So this is something they could be prioritizing for the meantime until it does become around that Dragon time, and you have to be fighting for this potential Dragon Soul that the blue side, the Lean Smokers, could be looking for.
And on the side of Get Money Boys, I mean, they have good vision in the jungle on the blue side. Oh, and here comes Smoke Lean trying to pick up this Emery's Camille. And oh, Pit's ability, can't you make it out? Starts to jog, starts to walk. Here comes the ult flying in from Smoke Lean. So close, but so far.
Yeah, but with the knowledge that Smoke Lean is over down the bot side, they did try to go ahead and start up this Baron here, but here comes the rest of the team. Horn is already called out, so let's see it happen.
And the knock up, and oh my gosh, the burst from those 2, and Lord Zoltan just escapes, and El Big Daddy just gets caught in it, and they leash Baron for the side of Lean Smokers. Uh-oh, can he make it out? Yes, he does, barely.
That Baron call is typically, like, in a lot of cases, I would say that's a pretty smart one, because you know that it's a jungler down bot side, but this is also a Hecarim who can rotate very, very fast as well. So, and also, you guys were just not doing the Baron fast enough. Not at this point in the game, you guys had enough damage in order to really make it out of that Baron pit in order to get the buffs. It was a smart play if in some other circumstances at the moment, but for now, you guys are a little bit too far behind in order to be grasping for these straws. Yeah, he's looking for something, but won't be able to grab that. Dragon spawning up here in about 20 more seconds, so looks like this might be the Dragon Soul, because I don't know if they'll be able to actually contest it at the moment.
Oh, and here comes them. This is definitely going to be a fight right here, because they're going to have to fight for this soul, and Coldflow comes flying over, trying to put the damage out to Timbits. AD Carry throws out the bombs, keeps him stuck. Emery's trying to jump in on them. Lord Zoltan getting smashed in there. Here comes Marco Flavo putting out the damage. Smoke Lean just taking, they're all so low and just get picked up by a Jinx Rockets. Oh, Emery's come trying to fly in and just gets jumped by the hook, and El Big Daddy kind of still floating around. They were all so low, just so many fast chunks, and they're able to pick up this soul point.
So sad to see. We saw Pike ulti did come out, but it didn't actually kill anyone.
Here comes the Zoltan trying to steal in the passive in the Horn just for the disrespect. Oh no, to pick up El Big Daddy down bot. Oh, and the hook. Here comes Timbits, and it's just not El Big Daddy's day right now.
Yeah, the Pike pick right here is not doing the best job right now. Unable to pick up a kill with his ulti just yet, so he is not sitting in a great spot, because he really needs to get that ulti going. He needs to land these ultis so they can start generating some money. They are already 10k gold behind, not to mention that the ornaments are coming in, and which is going to be additionally an extra 1,000 gold per ornament completed. and that's gonna start hurting your team by a lot whenever that does happen. Uh, so hopefully El Big Daddy is able to maybe land a couple of these ultis, find some picks, and able to really step it up for his team to really be that goal generation that they need to get back in here. Because you just get a thousand's worth, or yeah, instead of getting the typical 300 gold that you get off a kill, you get a full 1,000 when you use, or 900, basically 1,000 from using the
Oh,
Pyke
here
ulti.
comes Lord Dalton, picks him up, and he blast cones away, and Tim Bits is gonna take the damage from Cold Flow. They're gonna be able to pick it up, but Lean Smoke goes all the way to their Smoke Link goes to the back line, able to pick up a kill, and gets knocked up right here, gets blown up. El Big Daddy's the next one to get blown up, and Emery's just trying to take out 80 carry in the back lane with Lord Dalton, and they just cannot coordinate right now in this team fight, then just get blown up all up in their top side. This is unfortunate.
Yeah, this Jinx is too huge right now. We already see the ornament is over on the Jinx right now, which I believe is the Worm Feller. I want to say that's the name. Worm Fallen sacrifice. All right, close. I had Worm and Fall in there, but it looks like that's going to be the game for today, or this game at least. Lean Smokers is going to be picking up this one here, just running it on through. Here comes the Nexus. Oh, maybe pat some stat first.
Oh, here comes some kills. Marco Flavo putting it out, and the game ends just enough.
Looks like that is going to be the end of that. That was quite the game there. We saw. Okay, so digesting it first. Lean Smokers were doing pretty good, like around the map. They had like 5 kills, while opposed to Get Money Boys. Cold Flow was the only one with the kills, 3 kills, and he wasn't really able to pick up too much more. He was able to pick up one more before the game ended, as well as El Big Daddy. But El Big Daddy not landing, I saw like a couple Pyke ultis, but they just weren't able to land and stick, and that really just caused them to not snowball into the position they really wanted to be in.
It's always unfortunate when you're playing from the side that doesn't have the lead or momentum on that, and especially if it's Pike and you're not doing so good. Like when it's not going good, it does not feel good at all when you're playing a Pike. When it comes to some other tankier people that you can play as support, you just build as much health and armor and magic resist as you can to go against it. But going to more damage build, you need that damage early because everyone else around you is just gonna naturally get bigger and tankier.
Yeah, so that was our first game for today. We're going to take a quick break before we go ahead and go on to our next game, which is going to be the Rivals versus Spawn Point. It's right over here. So for now, we're just going to be right back, play some tunes for you guys while I set up the next game here. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Let's go out. Find our will to be who we are, and let's find out what we need to know. And my love can't hold us up anymore. I won't let you fall. I won't let you fall. Take my love and show me how to dance, how to break these chains I've done myself, how to feel free again. So if I don't make it back in time, please stay by my side. Stay by my side until I break these chains.
Hello, hello. We're back once again. Here we are. We just saw Lean Smokers win it out against Get Money Boys. They were just a little bit too strong with how well they were able to lane. Cold Flow tried his best in order to try to carry that game, as well as they had the Pike in order to be that little reassurance or try to snowball back into the lane game. But unfortunately, the Lean Smokers were just a little too dominant, and they're going to be moving on 4-2-5-0. But now we're moving on to the Nets game here. Do you want to go ahead and introduce this team here?
Yes, on the blue side we got Rivals, and on the red side we got Spawn Point. But on the blue side, Olaf, we got Sky in the jungle going Hecarim. We got Eyesight in the mid lane going Corki. We got Eye Search going Caitlyn in the bot lane, and CB the Barbarian supporting Caitlyn in the bot lane.
Yeah, and as for our red side, we have the spawn point. Over for the top lane, we have Rosebuds and playing the Malphite. Looks like we had some disconnection issues, but a quick pause on pause. Love the replay system to cut those out. But Rosebuds in top lane playing the Malphite. We have SP Pillars playing the Nunu in the jungle. Pretty interesting one for that one. Albagor in the mid lane playing the Ari. And then for the bot lane, we have Ziv, who just disconnected, reconnected on Tristana. As well as Fearzing playing the support Tarek.
Oh man, just the normal plan. Put people across and just kind of sit there. Favorite thing to watch.
Yeah, just a little bit of a trench warfare. We're not doing too much here. Got some early warding in. But other than that, just going to be chilling out for the most parts. Going to be interesting to talk about. Let's go ahead and talk about some of these lane matchups. What do you think about this top lane?
With Olaf and Malphite, I mean, they're both throwing things at each other at the end of the day. Like, they're both going that way, but because of Malphite being kind of mana resistant, or mana heavy, what you need is whoever kind of hits 6 first is really going to be able to take over the game, I think, because they're both just going to be throwing their Qs at each other, just trying to chunk off some damage. But Malphite's got a little bit of tank on him, and then Olaf's got the lifesteal coming in for his ability. So it's going to be real big trades back and forth, but I think 6 is wherever you kind of set the distance. And an early gank by SG Pillars.
Speaking of SP pillars, let's go ahead and move on to this jungle. We haven't seen too much Nunu ever since last season. It's literally just been not too long since we've seen a lot of Nunu in the jungle. I still think he's pretty potent, especially with like he built Tyrell to Ken tank. He doesn't necessarily have to build AP and anything like that. This should still do a lot of damage. I'm surprised Algor didn't get the electrocute proc off of that. But in any case, Nunu, I think, is still a pretty strong jungler just because that Q, the consume, does so much. Like
and they're coming down here, just getting these little trades. CV Barbarian can thank them for his life right there and was able to make it out. And Rosebud and Mira is just going back and forth, just chunking at each other, throwing their Qs, throwing axes, throwing discs.
They're just throwing it back and forth, but back to what I was saying about junglers. I think Sky will still have the advantage in this case, just because Hecarim has the early gains, just like Nunu does, but can clear a little bit faster, just because Hecarim's always been known to be one of the fast clearers with the Q and the draining health sort of thing.
Oh man, and Malphite is running out of mana in this fight right here. And here comes the flash for it. And the minions pick it up. First blood to the side of Mirez. And there goes Malphite's chances on getting tanky.
That is quite spicy one right there. I think he even used the corrupting part in order to pick that one up. Yeah, Lamp Shade already predicting that the first blood was going to go out in the top lane like that. Yeah, I haven't seen too much Olaf in the top lane. Oh, first engage in the bot lane possibly? No, they're just going to land the hook. But yeah, I haven't seen too much Olaf in the top lane. And, well, I guess, as you said, it is a little bit cringe. We just saw there how much damage he was able to do against Malphite.
Yeah, and honestly, like, I mean, I'm not a big fan of Olaf in the top lane. You know, I guess he's a little bit more... like I'm just used to seeing him in the jungle so much, but when he started going to the top, and again, here comes a snowball. Corki did not catch a break today. Eyesight is just getting ran over by a snowball. Poor guy. But back to what I was saying about Olaf on that. It's just like, it is so impressive just because the Q, you're able to pick it up and then get the cooldown even faster. But I really thought Malphite was going to have the upper hand on this, but I guess the corrupting pot start versus the rod start or the ring for Rosebud might be the difference here, because he was able to kind of make back his health and mana in the case where Rosebud had to kind of plan out how he was going to use his mana.
But for now, we're going to be going straight back into the laning phase here. Just some bats taken out here. Corki mid lane is typically just one of those lanes where you're just like playing safe until you get your items, and then you just outscale. So we'll just have to see how Corki versus Ari's matchup is going to be going here. Hopefully Corki maybe play a little bit safer here and watch out. But speaking of watching out, here comes
the snowball. And the jump from Tristana with a slow knock up makes him airborne. CV Barbarian might be in trouble with the heal from Ice Surge. Able to help him out. Ooh, and he just chunked Fear right there. Might want to watch out. But I think that was a headshot on him too.
Yeah, and it looks like Malphite did pick up the Bramble Vest there, so he might be having a little bit of an easier laning phase like you're talking about. This does look like a free dragon like you're saying, because we just saw a pretty good gank coming from the bot lane. Some's already blown from over on the side of Rivals.
And here he comes again for round 2. The Winter Storm flies up. CV Barbarian gets hit, but the hook lands, knocks him up, able to pick it up from pillars. And just Ice Surge is just there to kind of be like, well, I tried my best to try and keep him off, but 3 people diving with the snowball in your face, pretty hard to get out of, especially with Taric stun.
Yeah, not the cleanest sort of ganks because of some of the CC that Shiv had got, but nonetheless, they are going to be able to pick up a kill there and get the priority for this dragon. Really can't contest early dragons, especially when you have Eyesight in the mid lane playing Corki, just because Corki isn't that type of to roll over for these early dragons. Once he gets his first item, he'll be able to do a lot more, but for now, he's going to really be on his back foot for this.
You just gotta wait for him to get spooled up. That's it. Once he gets spooled up, he's ready. He's ready to go. That's it. You just gotta wait for it. I'm excited to hear it, because if he gets it and gets the the scaling that they need, it would be a very good asset to them, especially with Mirez winning the top lane right now, just because the CS difference. He's just able to get these levels now with how oppressive it is, and Rosebud's just doing everything he can.
Yeah, Rosebud's really all he needs to do is survive laning phase. It doesn't matter if he gets ahead or just breaks even. If anything, he just survives laning phase against an Olaf, he'll be fine. He's a Malphite. He's here for the ultis to really shut down Ice Sight and Ice Surge. Wow, I didn't even notice their names like that. But yeah, just shut down Ice Sight and Ice Surge from doing tons of damage.
And the,
Oh no.
comes the barrel, but the ult from Mirez, and he's able to make it out. Pillars is safe. I really thought he was done when Skies came from behind and Mirez in the front, but I think the horse ran too far ahead.
Yeah, ran too far ahead. Just let SV Pillars basically get out of there now. So no punishment really. Still having 2 kills over on SV Pillars. So it's going to be quite interesting. Bot lane didn't get any of the picks there, or even mid lane. So I'm curious to see if SV Pillars is able to translate some of that gold that he got himself to some of his other laners, since Nunu isn't necessarily the carry that you want to have to gold on. He's more so just a tank. Having a tankier tank is cool, but you're gonna need to have some people to do the damage for your team.
And with looking at SP Pillars, it's all my TFT fans out there. Every time I freaking see this skin, I think of just brawlers on TFT and Nunu just getting huge and eating half the units.
Yes. It reminds me of whenever we were doing TFT analysis for OU, and I was going duelist. I had the nuttiest duelist game. I had full duelist, but then I fought 3-star Nunu, and he even put in another Nunu, and then I just lost the game because he had Nunu. He just ate my carries. He just ate all my carries. I couldn't stop him.
When you have it, you just see the damage output, and it's just white by like a mile. And then the rest of the team, even with like Aurelion Soul I've had, and I matched and paired it, and it worked. Even with my Aurelion Soul hitting 2 ults off with mages, nothing. He's still not able to do it as much as damage as freaking Nunu's true damage.
Yeah, and as Lampshade is calling out here, just giving us some of the in-chat color casting, just showing us up that they are making a play of rotating their bot lane up closer to the Herald, so they can maybe make something happen there. They are a little bit behind in terms of gold-wise, just because Olaf is making up a lot of that gold difference because of his farming. We'll have to see if maybe they'll make it up through Heralds, trying to go for an engage, but not necessarily hitting anything onto Ice Sights just yet.
And right here, Ice Surge and AV Gore just going to be going at it. It's kind of, oh no, and here comes Sky flying in. AV Gore is able to hit ult 1, 2, and then 3 just to get out of there. Made her use ult, but she not using any sums.
Yeah, is going to be able to get out of there, but not having ult available for a little bit of time here. We have about a minute and 20 until the dragon spawns up, so I'm sure the ulti will be back by then. But for now, our focus is going to be up towards this top side with Rosebuds alongside this Herald, so Mirez actually needs to be a little careful here because there's a whole squad just waiting over at that dragon, or that Herald pit.
Maybe that's why we're getting a little aggressive, trying to keep them there, trying to be like, hey, like, stay here a bit so my buddies can come mess you up.
We even saw the rotate coming from Zivs in order to make something happen, but once again, just need to be a little bit careful here. Maybe Pure Zing can do it all alone, because all this mid lane farm, however, is going to be a little bit wasted here. The gold leads have expanded just by a little bit because we are seeing that some of this farm is going to waste. We're seeing mid lane, that whole mid wave was just gone. And now seeing some of this is just very minor gold leads because now they also got the Herald to even it out a bit. But nonetheless, your ADC is going to be a little bit behind Ice Surge before Ice Surge hits his power spikes here. Dragon spawning up here in about 20 more seconds, so we'll have to see which team is going to be prioritizing that. And also about what is it, 2.5 minutes? I can't do math now. Until the prediction is over, and I can go ahead and make the call here, seeing that actually the rivals have a very slight lead over against the Lean Smokers.
And gonna see how this bot lane's kind of been going, but here comes Pillars again. Ice just cannot catch a break with SP Pillars just running up, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna get out. And then he's just going around just being annoying, hitting people with snowballs, and he drops Herald mid. They just killed Drag. Here they come. Here comes with the hook, grabs him. The Taric Fear about to get stuck in the walls, and yep, able to get picked up. And the rest of them were like, yeah, I'm sorry. We'll see you later, Fear.
Yeah, just have to drop him down, as Lampshade says, is a bad call because they weren't able to get any dragon control. So they immediately lost dragon and then rotated on. Lost. I mean, they got a kill's worth of turret platings, but I mean, that's just spoiling. I mean, like you get that anyways with the Rift Herald as long as you drop it pre 14 minutes. So. It is going to be at least a little bit of an upside, but not too much of an upside that it could have been in order to try to get you guys back into the game here. Like I said, right now you're sitting at 7. No, not 7. I really cannot do math right now. But you're sitting at like 1,000 gold deficit, just about. So it's going to be a little bit not in favor of anyone. It could go either way, but need to make some of these more impactful plays to really generate a lead for you guys and maybe snowball your way to the end.
Math's hard to begin with, but I was going to point out Eyesight with the arcade Corky skin. It reminds me of one. I was like, oh, because of the ship, it always reminds me of Star Fox. Oh, here comes S-Pillars trying to make something happen, and the charm misses, but also pops the ult from Mirrorez, and then Rosebud's here. Is Rosebud going to fly in with an ult? Yep, it goes in with the flash, waits for it. Kais comes in with the fear, able to get them off. The tower's doing major damage to Apicor, and Rosebud is about to get out by hitting the blast cone. But yeah, I mean, back to my point about the Star Fox thing. I think it reminds me of Star Fox, like the ships, but the color scheme reminds me of the game from that Captain Falcon's from. I can't blanking on it right now. F-Zero, I think. Yeah, F-Zero. That's what this color scheme reminds me of.
Yeah, I do see that, and that was a little bit of a botched tower. We saw that SP Pillars wanted to try to get his ulti off, but Sky was in the area to get the fear and really stop him. And then Alvor just took so much damage. Like, he was the one taking tower there after Rosebuds got out of tower range, so it was a little bit of a botched up dive there. We weren't able to really get a lead generated off of that either, so we'll just have to see if maybe they can make something else happen. Lampshade saying that the Cloud Drake going to be super good for Hex, and which very true. Having that extra CDR for his ulti alongside his
and the ball misses. Rosebud might be in trouble here. Mirrorez is low though. Lands the root, and they're just gonna kind of run away because he is scary, and he just leveled up to level 11. And with these Crystalline Flask and his oh my god, I can't even say that right now. Thank you. Gordricker is able to heal up so much off that, and Rosebud's gonna have to get out of there with the drill to the heavens.
Yeah, that is gonna be quite the thing to worry about here. We are at 15 minutes. It looks like gold lead is over for the side of. Let me go ahead and end submissions here. Choose outcome. It's going to be over to the rivals, just barely making it over. With a gold lead, just very slight one at that. 800 gold, so like you can buy almost a plastic one with that.
And Fear just clearing out some wards and kind of doing his thing as a support, being support Taric, which you don't see that much around these days. And the hook lands from CB Baron. They just messing with him, just trying to get some things out there, pulling his leg, metaphorically, you know.
Metaphorically and physically with the hook. But right now, we're going to see a dragon spawning up here in about 1 more minute. We're looking for a gank to happen over to the mid lane. However, with a little bit of posturing for that. No one's at the dragon just early enough yet, but a little bit of warding has gone down from both sides in order to try to make sure they have the vision control at the very least before they go ahead and capture sight control. About 40 more seconds. If you want to take a reset, I would do so now so you'll be there in time to be there just a little bit before Drake, but no one's really taking a reset just yet. So I'm gonna have some pockets or money in their pockets in order.
Oh, here comes SP Pillars with a snowball. Oh, just misses Ice Surge barely. I think Rosebud was gonna fly him with that ult if it hit on him just so that they could take out the carry. But with that, they run away. And was that just me, or was like Ice Surge like glitching? Like just
Uh,
flying, just like floating. Oh, that's the skin. Oh my god! And here comes the big engage with the snowball coming up. Rosebud flies with the ult. Tarek pops the ult in the back row. The team's taking no damage right now. Sky's about to get blown up. Mirrors was able to take out pillars. Over here, Eyesight was just getting blown up by Ziv trying to go one-on-one with him. But Mirrors and TB the variant and Ice Surge are able to survive on that end. Man, what a fight. Equal trades across the board, 2-2, with the same gone on each side. But they're over here starting Baron.
yeah, it
I mean,
was
Drag.
unfortunate. Yeah, Dragon. It was unfortunate. Sky decided to go in right when the Turret ulti landed and just really just stopped. Really negated a lot of Sky's engage. Got bursted down there at the end. He uses ulti to try to get out, but unfortunately nothing coming out of it. Eyesight's able to pick up a kill for himself, which is good since he is that scaling Corki. He wants to get some kills so then he can get to that late game point. But for now, not really have to worry about it too much. Over onto the red side spawn point, they are able to pick up first tower, so that's quite a bit of gold. They're concentrating some of this gold lead over to
Here
Zill.
comes Sky flying in on Ziv, just scares him off, saves the charge for Herald. SP Pillar's able to pick it up, holds the ult, it's gonna slow him down. Mirror's in trouble with the shutdown to Tarek. And some gold down to the tank. Rosebud trying to fear him off right here. Ice Surge and Eyesight are just right here. Oh, SP Pillars with the snowball. Here comes Ziv flying over, and Eyesight with the small E. No, and Eyesight might not be able to make it out. And just like that, both sides, Eyesight and Ziv was blown up.
Eyesight will be the one falling down there, but Ziv also falling there is pretty bad, and because he won't be able to, you know, his gold is going to be taken up there, so that's gold for the enemy team. Alongside now, he's not here for this tower to be taken, nor any gold to be had.
Oh, and here comes the pull from SP Barbarian, and they're just going to dive it. They're just going to keep walking. SP Pillar's in trouble, but Herald's able to destroy the tower and Rosebud. Here comes Sky from the top, running the land on Fear, chunking him out, and Ramirez is able to pick up Fear, and he's running. He's charging. He's unstoppable. But will he be able to catch him? He misses the axe, and they're just out of range there for them to make it out. And what an exciting event to where, again, they trade out supports. They're trading out the same people in each round.
And Amira is able to land that last axe, though. You know, the one that really matters. The one that really hits the pride of Ziv, who just got back to laning fate. Or back to the lane after having been blown up previously by Eyesight there. But, yeah, it is going to be just about pretty much even. Gold lead still in favor for over to spawn point, but like barely by margins. This whole game has been just by margins of gold leads. Very small, but nonetheless, both teams are trying to make their way and should make some plays that are a little bit more impactful for the game. It's just so that they're a little bit more ahead than the other one. Right now, they're looking to maybe collapse onto this top lane.
And here comes Mirrors. It's gonna be chunked by Ziv. Oh my gosh. And he's just flying in. Ziv's auto attack barely are just blowing him up, and he just has to turn around and just do the last little swing out of pride on that. And I mean, the other two were just there for protection. Ziv was just being what Ziv does, being Tristana.
Yeah, 3-in-1 Tristana is quite the scary sight. Not even Mirez can. Maybe Mirez can do the 1v1s, but I don't know if he can do the 1v3s.
Rosebud said, "Come here, Eyesight." Oh, and SP Pillar was coming from behind, still gonna throw it out, but it was all good. It's that Kraken Slayer and Tristana right now. Oh my god.
Very potent to see. Quite the scary one, honestly. Like, the Kraken Slayer does quite a bit of damage and works really well with Tristana's kit. Opting in for the Halo Blades here, I know, like, for the longest time, it's like forever, you do press the attack, just because, like, the bonus damage for your bomb is really important there. But seeing Halo Blades on Tristana, it makes sense. I'm not sure how much better it is, because maybe it is better for the early trading, but I don't know exactly. I'm still a huge advocate for the press the attack, just because, like, it makes your bomb do so much more damage as opposed to Halo Blades, which lets you blow up your bomb faster.
You know, and here's actually a little tech that I saw, or that I learned from a Tristana player, was that you only put one level up in the ult. So when you hit the ult, because as you put another level up into your ult, it sends the person back even farther. But if you keep it at 1, it pushes them back just enough to where you can continue to auto. You ult, and then you're instantly back to autoing them. And you can max out your other abilities, and as soon as you do that, it literally just pushes them off. And Sky says, "Bring me that cheese right here," and Ziv was able to just blow them up. And TV Barbarian might be in trouble. Drops the cage. Here comes the charm up top. Ziv was almost dead. Here comes the Terracult. Uh-oh, eyesight in the middle of the long hood right now, and just get taken out. And oh, they're coming. Here comes the drill to pierce the heavens to stop him. And then here comes the snowball of the century, and he's flying, and he just picks up Mirrors. They're going for Ice Surge, and TV Barbarian's just trying his best as he can to keep him off. And Ice Surge and Mirrors able to make it out. What an exchange.
What an exchange indeed. Ziv walking up to pick up that last kill there, but as Lampshade says in the chat, he does want to point out that Lillian Tark is doing quite well for himself at 90% kill participation alongside of SP Pillars. SP Pillars taking some of the kills there, but still, a lot of kill participation coming out, a lot of good rotations, working as a team in order to make a lot of these kills happen. Ziv also at about 90%, as Albagore a little falling under. He's at the 8. He's at the 8 rather than the 9, but you know, very close to that as well. Really seeing Spawn Point working together pretty well as a team here. Seeing why they made it all the way up to the 3 and 1 point for themselves, doing pretty well, communicating as a team, really getting a lot of these rotates done as together rather than doing the solo queue play and just doing it yourself.
And Lampshade, I would definitely love to cast your games tonight, but I actually have my clash tonight that I'm also going to try and play. But, you know, if you guys start super late and we get out super early, you know, maybe make things happen around here and all that.
Yeah, you know, your people call my people, and we'll work something out, you know?
Yeah, talk to our agents, and we'll get back to you, you know?
Oh, yeah, obviously, you know, we're super busy in this small-time league, you know, that happens, but in any case, let's just move on with this game here, just quite... Seeing now we're having a 3k gold lead over for the side of Spawn Point here, that's an items worth of gold over for them, doing pretty good for themselves, already looking for this Baron, which is a pretty smart call, considering that you have a pretty strong Tristana over at 2 items, having quite a bit of damage on her to melt down this Baron, alongside of having this SP Pillars playing the Nunu, but here comes,
here comes Sky trying to pick it up, trying to make something happen, just disrupt, but he's just gonna get blown up right now, poor guy. But I mean, he tried his best to stop the Baron. I think he was waiting for his team, but he was just a little too fast. It was a little too fast for everybody right there.
Yeah, he pulled the trigger a little too soon there. He tried to get in there, trying to maybe go for a smite. Then he realized, oh no, the Baron is only halfway right now. I can't fight that. He could have. I think the idea was cool. He wanted to go in, fear the Nunu, so he couldn't get the consume off, or maybe he already got the consume off and didn't get the smite yet, so then Sky could get in there with the ulti, but unfortunately just nothing coming out of there. Same with CB the Barbarian trying to do something here, but unfortunately just gonna get run down by Pillars.
Yeah, on that one, it's just, you just don't need to be there. They're fast. CB Pillars has been SP. Oh my, I keep on getting these CB and SP mixed up, but SP Pillar just been doing snowballs all day from that distance from out there, so you just got to watch out from where you're at, and you kind of knew they were at Baron, so it's just kind of just be a little bit more careful, especially in the situation, to kind of turtle up and try and get some picks out.
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to turtle up a little here. They do have the Thresh on, you know, CB Barbarian is the Thresh, which is, you know, in theory, pretty good for a pick comp, but right now you don't really have people who you can pick very easily, just because of how grouped up that Spawn Point have been this entire game. They always see, you know, somehow, wherever you look on the map, there's 3 people. Somehow, you know, there's only 5 people in this game over on Spawn Point side, but they still, wherever you see them, 3 people are coming at you, and you just add a numbers disadvantage with how well they're just keeping grouped together, and you can't necessarily get a good pick off. They drafted a pretty good pick comp with the Thresh Caitlyn, alongside of just having pretty good scaling with Corki, but unfortunately, with this pick comp, you're just not getting out team fighted right now.
And Rosebud has hit puberty, and he's getting his tank up because homies just said, "Oh yeah, get off me, Sky. I'm here now." And he's just pushing this top lane by himself, going at it, just chunking him down because Sky's just taking. That's all his damage from Rosebud. There's no towers doing nothing. That's just Rosebud throwing Qs, hitting knees, doing his thing. But on the side, having that Tristana, just having a tanky front lane, that's your dream come true. Your whole team being that
Yeah,
help,
he
and
is
here
on-
comes Eyesight. Flying in, and Rosebud is in trouble. That is.
Yeah,
that
you know
is
what? The Caster's Curse. You know, you had to say something there.
and here comes the charm down. Rudolum plays the cage down, but Tarek ult just OP. The outplay button to the max right now.
You had to say something. Rose was having fun at 1-1, but then you said something, and immediately got rotated on by Eyesight. Falls down. It was unfortunate. And as Lanchase says, I do agree. He is playing a little bit the weaker side. Top laner, he was against an Olaf, which is quite the strong side, trying to push advantages, but he ended up out of lane, 1-1, doing a great job. All jokes aside, he is doing a great job as he is on the Malphite. He's getting some pretty good ultis. Split pushing there was a little bit questionable, just because, like you said, he is a weak side top laner, and he just gets collapsed on pretty hard whenever Eyesight rotates over.
See, and that, oh my, the tough part for Sky to try and get in there and get these engages is as soon as he does, he gets charmed, he gets stunned, he gets slowed, he gets like everything, just all the CC hits him, and he's just not able to just break through the front line. And then when he gets to the back line, even then, like, he still gets charmed off from Ari.
Quite unfortunate so far. We're seeing Gold Lead has expanded up to almost 6k over for the side of Spawn Point. 2 items worth, that's a lot of items. It's like funding the entire Morelos alongside of the i.e. that Ziv and Alvagor just picked up, not respectively, in the opposite order, because I decided to say it like that. But yeah, it single-handedly is able to be man, words are hard. Able to pick up quite a lead for themselves. The carries, they were doing quite a bit of damage there. We saw SP Pillars having the first 2 kills of the game, but doesn't matter. He was able to translate all of that, a lot of that at least, into gold for his other team members, seeing that he has a 12 out of 14 kill participation for his team. Doing pretty good.
Yeah, and I can kind of see right now how Mira is kind of shifted more to like the tankier build for Olaf now. After that first damage item, how he went, now he's building the tank with, he got Sterax to save him from him getting popped, and then he has he just picked up that cloak right here. But I mean, they're bloodthirsty right now on the side of Spawn Point, and they're smelling, and they're coming down this top side, pushing hard, and we'll see what kind of engages we can get here. The mistook by CB, SP Pillars throws out the ball. Nothing, just chunking him out. Corky trying to throw out these rockets. You know, I'm waiting for him to get all spooled up. And oh, Fear might be in trouble here. Oh my god, just getting chunked by Sky, and he just gets hooked right here by CD. Rosebud comes, flies in, throws up on Eyesight with the ult. Fear's in trouble, but Mira is going up there. And here comes Pillars with the ult, and Mira's might be in trouble, but Rosebud's been holding off the whole team on the other side, where Mira's just walks into him, unlucky right there. Abelgor is just, oh my gosh, everywhere gets just deleted, just with CV getting deleted there, just back and forth, people's health bars disappearing. They both do good damage, they're both putting it out, but it's just too much on the side of Spawn Point right now. With them still here, they place some of the heals with Tarek, everything comes down, and they're wasting minions, but Ice Surge putting us 1v4 right now. Oh, jumps in from SV, tries to get out of it. 2-shotted from Ziv, and here comes Sky trying to pick up a kill on Pillars just to get something out of this. But Ziv is just huge right now, and Rosebud going for the towers, and this might be it.
This might be it indeed. Well, lots from both sides. Rivals did try their best. They had a pretty, good idea for their team comp with the Corky to fill in for their AP damage, but maybe that's just a little bit too much scaling in order to try to make it into this game here. While it was really looking to pad that KDA there, able to pick up the kill, and Ziv goes legendary before ending off the game. There it is. That's the end. Spawn Point wins it out here. Unfortunate for the Rivals moving down to 2 and 3, but Spawn Point, congratulations, you're up in the 4 and 1 gang.
What a game. Oh my god. I mean, like, it was really close at the beginning, and it had us back and forth, like little leads here, little team fights. Like, they would kept trading out literally the same members on each side. When it was Dragon Fight, the dragon or jungler and mid both gone on both sides, and then they both were kind of like, well, what do we do here? And they're like, all right, I guess we'll just get it then, us three. So it's just it's really interesting that last game just because of how the trades were kind of going, and it was like kind of more clean and cut. So I mean, I had a fun time with that game.
Yeah, fun indeed. GG's all around for the teams. Quite a well fought match. They just couldn't find a footing into the game right there. So that's going to be our games for tonight. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for Lampshade for talking in the chat with us, so we weren't just talking our heads off to each other. Uh, but
Eh,
yeah, that's going to be our game.
Maybe Lampshade should join us on the analyst desk so he can be talking in our ear with this. He's over here saying 90% this, 45% this. I was like, whoa, okay. I was
True.
over here doing a little bit of math that I'm not good at.
Yeah, true. But yeah, that's going to be our games for tonight. We saw first game Lean Smoker still dominating the Vastaya split so far. Spawn Point pulling out a win from here. I've been your caster for today, your color caster. Let's Go Dragon. Alongside me is Images, and we'll be signing off. Any lasting words you want to give off before we go ahead and sign off?
No, just tune in for the next stream. I mean, there are always exciting games at all levels. So just come on by with everyone you want to see, and it'll be a great time.
All right. Well, see you guys later. Bye bye.